You look around and feel like the chaos is winning. The room looks like a battlefield, cushions out of place, toys scattered on the floor, a half-empty glass on the table that no one has bothered to pick up. The kitchen is a disaster. Dirty dishes stacked in the sink, food scraps on the counter, a pan with grease from the night before that no one wanted to wash. You walk down the hallway, and there it is, that mountain of clothes you swore you would fold days ago, but it's still there, growing, as if it had a life of its own. You look at the floor and see crumbs you don't know where they came from, stains you promised yourself you would clean later, but later never comes. Dust covers the furniture, even though you swear you cleaned it just a couple of days ago. And there you are, exhausted, tired of picking up the same things over and over again, with that feeling that no matter how much you do, the mess always wins. As if your effort disappears in a matter of hours, as if the house could never be at peace. And the worst part is that you don't even have time to sit down and breathe. Because as soon as you finish cleaning one corner, another one is waiting for you. Guilt creeps in when you decide to take 5 minutes to rest. As if taking a break were a luxury you can't afford. As if the mess were a monster chasing you, never leaving you alone. But today, that changes. Today, we are not going to focus on how overwhelming it is, but on how to make it easier. Because cleaning and organizing your home shouldn't be an endless burden. It shouldn't take away your peace. I'm going to share with you 10 tips that will make all of this stop feeling like a never-ending battle. Less stress, less wasted time, and more tranquility in your home. So instead of always feeling exhausted, you can enjoy a clean space without it seeming like an impossible task. Tip number 1. Start with what's most visible. When you walk into a messy room, your brain freezes. It's too much information at once. Piles of clothes on chairs, papers stacked on the table, dirty dishes in the kitchen, the sofa full of things someone left just for a moment and never picked up. You don't know where to start. It feels like cleaning everything will take hours, and your motivation vanishes before you even try. But there's a way to overcome that feeling of overwhelm. Start with what's most visible. Don't worry about drawers, closets, or those hidden corners. Focus on what stands out the most. The dining table, for example, is often a magnet for clutter. If it's covered with misplaced items, the whole house feels chaotic. Clear it off, clean it, and put something nice on it, like a vase with flowers or a candle. Instantly, the space will look more organized, and that will give you a small sense of relief. The kitchen counter is another key spot. If it's full of dirty dishes, food scraps, and utensils out of place, the entire kitchen looks dirty. Wash them, or at least put them in the dishwasher if you have one. Store away what doesn't need to be out. Wiping down the surface with a damp cloth will instantly make everything look cleaner. The same goes for the living room. It's the heart of the home, the place where you spend time with family or receive guests. If there are scattered cushions, random magazines, and toys on the floor, the feeling of disorder multiplies. Take 5 minutes to pick up anything out of place, and you'll see how the atmosphere changes immediately. This first step is crucial because it creates a powerful psychological effect. When you see that in just a few minutes, a space has improved, your brain feels a small victory. That satisfaction gives you the push to move on to the next task, and then another, until, without even realizing it, you've transformed your home without exhausting yourself. You don't need to do everything at once. Just start with what's most noticeable. That alone will make a big difference. Tip number 2. Don't try to do everything at once. One of the most common mistakes when cleaning is thinking that you have to do everything in one go. You wake up one day full of energy and say, "Today, I'm going to clean the whole house." You start with enthusiasm, but after an hour, you realize you've barely made progress, and you're already exhausted. Motivation fades, fatigue sets in, and in the end, you either leave half of it unfinished or end up so drained that the next day you don't even want to think about cleaning. But here's the key: don't try to do everything at once. The secret to keeping a tidy home without feeling overwhelmed is to divide the work into short sessions. You don't need to clean for 5 hours straight. In fact, your brain and body work better when you focus on small tasks for a limited time. This is where a timer comes in handy. Set it for 15 or 20 minutes and focus on a single, specific task. For example, in those 15 minutes, you can sweep and mop the living room floor. Or clean just the kitchen counter and organize it. Or fold and put away clean clothes. Knowing you have a time limit helps you stay focused and prevents distractions. The best part of this method is that when the time is up, you can decide whether to continue or take a break. And in most cases, you'll be surprised at how much you accomplished in just a few minutes. Maybe you'll feel motivated to do another 15-minute session, and then another, until, without realizing it, you've made more progress than you imagined without feeling exhausted. This system works because it helps you overcome procrastination. When you think about cleaning the whole house, it seems like an impossible task. But when you only have to dedicate 15 minutes to one thing, your mind sees it as manageable. And once you start, it's much easier to keep going. So next time you see your home messy and don't know where to start, don't feel overwhelmed. Instead of trying to do everything at once, set your timer, choose a task, and focus on it. Little by little, without realizing it, your house will be cleaner and more organized without the exhaustion of a cleaning marathon. Tip number 3. Have a place for everything. One of the biggest causes of clutter is not knowing where to put things. You have objects you use every day, others you only need occasionally, and some that are just there for no apparent reason. The result? Everything ends up anywhere. Keys on the dining table, clean clothes piled on a chair, children's toys scattered across the living room, important papers mixed with old receipts. And so, little by little, chaos takes over the house without you even realizing it. But there is a very simple principle that can change everything. Every item must have its place. If an object doesn't have an assigned spot, sooner or later, it will end up in the wrong place, leading to clutter piling up again and again. It's as if your home were a puzzle where each piece must fit perfectly in its place. Think about the objects you use the most and decide where they should go. Keys, for example, should have their own space. A hook on the wall, a small tray near the entrance, or a little box on a piece of furniture. If you always place them there, you'll never have to waste time looking for them. The same goes for letters and important papers. Don't leave them scattered on the table or the couch. Assign them a drawer, a folder, or an organizer where they always end up. Small items like chargers, headphones, or office supplies can be stored in baskets or organizer boxes. If you label them, even better, because that way, you'll know exactly where everything is without having to rummage through everything. In the kitchen, use jars or containers to organize spices and food. In the bathroom, place hygiene products on shelves or in baskets to prevent them from piling up on the sink. If you have children, teach them that every toy has a specific place. A box for stuffed animals, another for building blocks, and another for books. This not only makes the house look tidier, but also helps them learn to put things away on their own. The key is that when you finish using something, you return it to its place. At first, it may seem like extra effort, but over time, it will become a natural habit. And when every object has its own home, clutter stops accumulating. You won't have to do major cleanups so often because order will be maintained automatically. So, the next time you find something out of place, ask yourself, where should this object live? Find its space and make sure it always returns there. Your home will look more organized, you'll spend less time looking for things, and you'll feel an incredible sense of peace knowing that everything is in its place. Tip number 4. Don't carry all the burden alone. If there's something more exhausting than clutter, it's the feeling that everything falls on you. You wake up early, prepare breakfast, pick up the dirty dishes, sweep a little, organize the things left out of place. And before you can take a breath, there's another task waiting for you. While you rush around, everyone else seems oblivious to the effort you're making. Dirty clothes pile up as if by magic, toys appear on the floor just after you've put them away, and dishes stack up in the sink because no one thought to wash them. But here's the truth, keeping the house in order is not just your responsibility. You don't live alone, and if you share the home with your partner, children, or anyone else, then maintaining order is everyone's job. It's not about them helping you, as if they were doing you a favor. It's about them understanding that they also have a role in maintaining the home. If you have kids, they can start learning to help with small tasks from a young age. You don't have to become a strict boss or make cleaning feel like a punishment. On the contrary, you can integrate the idea that keeping the home clean is something natural and necessary. For young children, tasks like putting away their toys before bed, placing dirty clothes in the laundry basket, or taking their plate to the sink after eating are habits they can easily learn. If they're older, they can take on tasks like taking out the trash, sweeping their room, or helping fold the laundry. If you have a partner, it's essential to maintain a balance in household chores. Often, the problem isn't that they don't want to help, it's that the responsibilities have never been clearly discussed. It's not fair for everything to fall on you. If both of you work outside the home, then both should share the cleaning. And if one spends more time at home, the other should find ways to compensate. Communication is key. Instead of assuming that others should notice what needs to be done, because many times, they simply don't, explain what you need. A chore calendar or task list can help distribute responsibilities so that you're not always the one reminding everyone. You can also use a simple approach. Each person is responsible for what they use. If someone uses a glass, they wash it. If they make a mess on the table, they clean it. If they leave their clothes lying around, they pick them up. It sounds basic, but these small actions often prevent clutter from piling up and keep you from having to do everything. It's also important to let go of the idea that it's faster if I do it myself. Maybe at first, it's easier to pick up the toys in 1 minute instead of waiting 5 minutes for your child to do it. Or to wash the dishes yourself instead of insisting your partner does it. But if you keep doing everything alone, the dynamic will never change. If you want a home where order doesn't depend solely on you, it's necessary for everyone to understand that their participation is essential. It's not about seeking perfection or turning cleaning into a source of conflict, but about creating an environment where everyone feels responsible for the space they live in. So, stop carrying all the burden alone. Assign small tasks, set clear expectations, and allow others to contribute. Not only will it make your life easier, but you'll also be teaching valuable life habits. A clean and organized home shouldn't be the result of your exhaustion, but of a shared effort. Tip number 5. Clean while doing other things. One of the biggest problems when it comes to cleaning the house is the accumulation of tasks. When we let clutter and dirt build up, it reaches a point where it becomes an overwhelming burden. The pile of dirty dishes in the sink seems endless, clean clothes pile up without being folded, and dust on the furniture becomes more and more noticeable. But what if, instead of waiting for everything to turn into chaos, you took advantage of small moments throughout the day to get ahead without even realizing it? The key is to clean while doing other things. It's not about obsessing over cleanliness or never resting, but about finding those small pockets of time where you can do something without extra effort. For example, when you're cooking. While waiting for the water to boil or the food to finish cooking, instead of standing idle, you can wash the utensils you've already used, wipe the countertop, or sweep the floor a little. That way, when you're done cooking, the kitchen will be much tidier, and you won't have a mountain of dishes waiting for you. When talking on the phone, instead of sitting in one place, you can fold clean laundry, wipe a table, or put away misplaced items. These are simple tasks that don't require much focus, but add up throughout the day. When waiting for a web page to load on your computer or for a program to start, you can use that time to dust your desk, organize papers, or empty the trash. Even when brushing your teeth, you can take a few seconds to wipe down the sink with a cloth and leave it spotless. This method works because it prevents tasks from piling up and becoming overwhelming. Instead of leaving everything for later and facing a marathon cleaning session, you stay ahead of it little by little without feeling like you're spending hours cleaning. Additionally, your brain associates these small actions with habits you already have, making it easier to maintain order effortlessly. For example, if you wash utensils while cooking every time, eventually, you'll do it automatically without even thinking about it. The best part is that these small moments add up more than you think. If you clean for 3 minutes here and 5 minutes there throughout the day, you'll have easily dedicated 30 to 40 minutes without even realizing it. So next time you have a few free minutes, instead of scrolling through your phone or just waiting, find a small task you can do in that moment. You'll be surprised how much you can accomplish without feeling like you're cleaning. Tip number 6. Use the right products. Have you ever felt like you spend minutes, even hours, scrubbing without the dirt disappearing? That no matter how much you clean, some surfaces still have streaks, stains, or that sticky feeling that never goes away. Often, the problem isn't your technique but the products you're using. Imagine this. You're in the kitchen trying to remove grease from the stove after cooking. You grab a sponge, regular soap, and start scrubbing with all your strength. Minutes go by, and the grease is still there, stuck as if it's part of the stove. You keep scrubbing until your arms hurt, but all you've done is spread the grease around instead of completely removing it. Now, imagine using a good degreaser. You spray it, let it sit for a few seconds, wipe it with a cloth, and done. No effort, no sweating, no spending 10 minutes fighting grease. That's how simple it is. The right product can make the difference between a quick, efficient clean and an exhausting, frustrating one. The same goes for dust. If you use a dry cloth, you're just moving it around, but if you use a slightly damp microfiber cloth or the right cleaner, the dust sticks to the cloth and disappears in one swipe. In the bathroom, an anti-limescale cleaner can save you from scrubbing hard water stains off the faucet with a rough sponge that damages the surface. For glass, a cleaner with alcohol prevents streaks, while a cotton cloth might leave marks. And if you use a microfiber mop instead of a broom on certain surfaces, you can collect more dirt without kicking up dust. It's not about filling your home with cleaning products or spending a fortune on chemicals, but about having the essentials that truly work and make the job easier. A good all-purpose cleaner can work for most surfaces, a powerful degreaser saves you time in the kitchen, and a microfiber cloth can be your best ally for quick and effortless cleaning. Make sure to read product instructions too. Many times, we apply cleaners and wipe them off immediately without giving them time to work. If instead of scrubbing right away, you let the product sit for a few minutes, the job becomes much easier and faster. So, if cleaning feels like it takes too long, check the products you're using. With the right tools, you can get the same job done in less time and with less effort. Because cleaning shouldn't be a battle, it should be a quick and efficient process. Tip number 7. Adopt the 2-minute rule. Most of the time, clutter doesn't appear all at once but little by little, with small things we leave for later. A pair of shoes out of place, a dirty glass on the table, a jacket draped over a chair instead of hung on the rack. These are tiny things, but when they pile up, suddenly the house looks like a mess, and we feel like tidying up will take hours. This is where the 2-minute rule comes in. It's simple. If a task takes less than 2 minutes to do it immediately without overthinking. Why? Because those small actions, when postponed, turn into an overwhelming to-do list. Imagine this. You get home and take off your shoes. Instead of leaving them at the entrance or under the table, you take 2 seconds to put them away. Now think about breakfast. Rather than leaving your plate and cup in the sink, you wash them immediately. It takes less than a minute and prevents the pile of dirty dishes from growing. Did you open a package and leave the wrapper on the table? Don't ignore it. Throw the trash away immediately. Did you try on clothes and not wear them? Instead of leaving them on the bed, fold them or hang them up right away. These are such small things that they don't seem important, but when you add up all these actions, you prevent clutter before it even starts. The biggest problem with cleaning is accumulation. A single dirty cup is no issue, but if every household member leaves a cup, a plate, and a utensil, by the end of the day, the kitchen looks like a battlefield. One misplaced paper isn't a big deal, but if more pile up each day, you'll end up with stacks of documents, receipts, and unnecessary papers taking up space. The best part of this rule is that by doing these small actions consistently, you stop seeing cleaning as an exhausting chore. There's no need to dedicate an entire hour to tidying up if you never let the mess accumulate. And since each task takes only 2 minutes or less, you don't feel like you're cleaning, just naturally maintaining order. At first, you may need to remind yourself, but over time, it becomes an automatic habit. Without realizing it, you'll start doing small tasks instinctively, and the mess will disappear before it even forms. If there's something you can do in less than 2 minutes, do it now, not later. It's a small rule, but with a huge impact on the cleanliness and order of your home. Tip number 8. Fewer things, less clutter. Clutter isn't just a matter of poor organization. Often, it's a reflection of the excess things we own. It happens to all of us. We accumulate clothes we don't wear, decorations that only take up space, papers we'll someday review, toys that children no longer touch. And the worst part is that the more things there are at home, the harder it is to keep everything in order. Look around. How many of the things you have do you actually use daily? How many have been sitting in the same place for months or even years untouched? How many times have you felt overwhelmed simply because you don't know where to put something new since all drawers, shelves, and closets are full? Here's the truth. Fewer things, less clutter. When you have fewer objects, cleaning becomes easier, organizing is faster, and your home feels lighter. This doesn't mean you have to get rid of everything and live with the bare minimum, but you should learn to let go of what no longer adds value to your life. Start with the most obvious. Open a drawer and check its contents. How many things are in there that you didn't even remember you had? If you haven't used them in months, chances are you don't need them. Donate, sell, recycle, or discard them. Do the same with your clothes. That blouse you always skip over when choosing what to wear, those pants that no longer fit, those uncomfortable shoes you never wear. Why keep them? A closet full of clothes you don't wear only makes it harder to find what you actually like and need. In the kitchen, go through utensils and plastic containers. You probably have chipped mugs, lids without containers, pots you never use. Get rid of what's just taking up space. The same goes for the bathroom, empty bottles, creams you don't use, old makeup. All of this contributes to clutter. Children's toys are another major source of accumulation. It's normal for more and more to pile up over time, but if there are toys that haven't been touched in months, it's time to let them go. You can donate them to other children who need them or sell them if they're in good condition. And don't forget papers. Old bills, accumulated magazines, documents you no longer need. A good organization system for important papers and regular decluttering of the rest can work wonders to avoid chaos. Every extra object in your home is another responsibility. You need to clean it, find a place for it, move it when organizing. The fewer things you have, the less effort it takes to keep everything in place. Get rid of what you don't need, and you'll see how your home feels more spacious, more organized, and easier to clean. Letting go of excess isn't about losing things, it's about gaining peace of mind. Tip number 9. Have a simple daily routine. Sometimes we think cleaning the house requires a full day of work or that we should wait until the mess is unbearable before taking action. But if you take a moment to think about it, the key isn't dedicating hours in one go, but integrating small daily routines that maintain order without you even noticing. This is where the importance of having a simple yet consistent routine comes in. Imagine this. Every morning, when you wake up, you take just a couple of minutes to make the bed. This not only gives an immediate touch of order to your bedroom, but also creates a sense of accomplishment. At night, when you're already exhausted, walking into your room and seeing the bed made provides a feeling of calm. It's a small effort that pays off with a big reward. The same goes for dishes. After every meal, instead of letting them pile up in the sink, wash them immediately. There's no need to do a deep clean each time. Just do enough to keep the kitchen looking tidy and clean. If you don't have time to wash everything right away, at least place the dirty dishes in the dishwasher or organize them neatly so you don't feel overwhelmed. Picking up throughout the day also makes a big difference. Many times, chaos happens when we let clutter build up. At the end of the day, spending just 10 minutes putting things back in place can completely change how your home looks. Pick up the toys, put away the coats you left on the chair, and put everything in its place before going to bed. You don't have to clean the entire house every day. Don't demand perfection from yourself, just a small, consistent effort. You can choose 1 or 2 simple tasks to include in your daily routine. Instead of thinking that you're cleaning, you'll realize that you're just maintaining a livable and organized space. With a daily routine, clutter doesn't have a chance to accumulate. The small tasks you do every day prevent you from reaching that point where chaos becomes overwhelming and you need an entire day to set everything straight. Remember, it's not about cleaning everything every day but about making order a habit. Each day you follow your routine, it gets easier. It's like a snowball. At first, it may seem hard, but over time, it becomes more automatic and less stressful. In the end, your daily routine will save you time and stress because you'll be preventing clutter before it builds up. It's a way to take care of your home, your space, and most importantly yourself. Tip number 10. Learn to let go. On this journey to keeping a clean and organized home, there is something crucial we must understand. You don't have to be perfect. We live in a world where social media and home decor magazines bombard us with images of spotless houses, but the truth is, those houses are not everyday reality. And that's okay. No one has a perfect home, and you don't need yours to be either. The key isn't to meet an unattainable standard of perfection, but to learn to let go. Sometimes, we get caught up in the idea that everything must always be in its place. We stress over stains on the couch, kids' fingerprints on the walls, or dust accumulating in the corners. We become so obsessed with cleanliness and order that we forget what truly matters, that our home is a refuge, a place where we feel comfortable, calm, and happy. What's important is not that every corner of your home is perfectly clean or that every object is precisely where it should be. What matters is that your home is functional, allows you to move freely, and is a space where your family can relax and enjoy themselves without constantly worrying about things being out of place. Let go of the idea that everything has to be perfect for it to look good. Why not allow your home to be more real? If there are toys on the floor, a couple of dirty dishes in the kitchen, or some dust on the furniture because you didn't have time to clean that morning, it's okay. What truly matters is that your home is a place where you can enjoy life, not a place where you feel guilty over every small imperfection. Your home is not a magazine set. It's where you live, breathe, grow, learn, and share moments with your family. If you become too obsessed with perfection, the only thing you'll achieve is putting more pressure and stress on yourself. Cleaning shouldn't feel like a burden, and order shouldn't be labeled as ideal. What really matters is what makes you feel good and allows you to enjoy your home. So, learn to let go. If something isn't exactly how you'd like it to be, take a deep breath and remember that what's important is the quality of life you have in that space. Small imperfections don't take away beauty or functionality, they simply show that you're living and enjoying each day. Instead of trying to keep everything perfect all the time, allow your home to be a comfortable and flexible space where important moments are what truly count. Remember, your home is a reflection of you. Not in the sense that it must be flawless, but in the sense that it should be a place that makes you feel peaceful, welcomed, and happy. The rest, the details and small imperfections, are just part of real life. Don't pressure yourself to make your home flawless. Instead, focus on making it a place where you can rest from daily demands and enjoy small moments with your loved ones. Perfection is a myth, but a home filled with love, understanding, and relaxation, that is real. Final thoughts. Keeping your home clean and organized doesn't have to be a heavy burden that weighs on you every day. It shouldn't feel like an endless task that only leaves you exhausted. What truly matters is that order becomes a tool, a means to make your life easier, not a source of stress. Each of these tips is designed to save you time, reduce chaos, and most importantly, help you create a space where you can feel calm, relaxed, and happy. If you can integrate even just a few of these tips into your daily routine, you'll notice how, little by little, your home not only becomes more organized but also turns into a refuge where you can disconnect and enjoy time with your family, without clutter taking over your life. Think about everything you can achieve with small, consistent actions, without pressure. And most importantly, remember that it's not about achieving an impossible perfection. It's about finding balance, making your home a place that supports you, allows you to rest, and gives you the peace of mind you need. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these tips did you like the most? Did any of them help you in a special way? I'd love to read your comments and hear your thoughts. If you have any questions or want to share your experience, leave a comment below. I promise to read and respond. See you in the next video with more practical tips to make your life easier. Until then, keep taking care of yourself and your home.